I'm going to be sharing with you 9 tips for writing good emails to your list. And stay tuned, because by the end of this, you're going to learn how you're going to be able to tap into the brains of 6 and 7 figure earners and learn how to write not only good emails just like them, but also create consistent sales from your list while not sounding salesy. If you don't know me, I am the real Robin Williams. Welcome to this video. And I'm going to be getting into the first thing you should consider when creating great emails for your list. The number one thing that people talk about that you probably should already know is to create engaging subject lines. Now, of course, these subject lines have to be pretty consistent to your niche. They also can be curiosity, which is my favorite type of subject lines, but you want to make sure they pop in their inbox, because your audience is actually getting tons of emails from all of your competitors and just random stuff every single day. So you want to make sure you stand out. Now, you can stand out with using a little bit of emojis if that fits your style, your brand, or you can stand out by just being different, like saying things that people don't expect you to say. Personally, I do love curiosity subject lines. These subject lines can be something as simple as, "I could not believe my grandmother told me this while on her deathbed." So anything that can raise an eyebrow and cause someone to open that email is definitely going to benefit you getting a higher open rate. I also love tips, pretty much like this video. I'm giving you 9 tips to write great emails for your list. So that's not a bad subject line by itself. You can actually use that for your emails and probably get a good amount of open rates. Maybe you have 3 tips for someone, or maybe you have this one thing that's really going to transform their business. A lot of us forget it. We get into the salesy mode, but you want to personalize your email. You want to make sure you keep things personalized, from adding pictures of you in your day-to-day life, or maybe something that is more personalized about your product. Maybe if you're talking about dog trainers, you have a picture of someone with their dog, and you also want to address your recipient with their name. You want to call them by their name. Calling the person by their name is one of the top things you can do to personalize an email. Another thing you can do to personalize your email is actually create content that they would want to talk about, that they will want to learn about, or maybe they just want to hear a story about it to know that they're not alone and this content actually relates to me. You want to be clear and concise, okay? So clear and concise doesn't mean you want really long emails or really short emails. It just means that you want it to be clear and concise. So I like what a lot of great copywriters usually teach, and they say to write as much as you need to write, nothing less and nothing more. So you may end up with a longer email if it takes that much to get your point across, and you may end up with a shorter email if you do not need to do a whole bunch of babbling in the emails. If it doesn't relate to the point that you're trying to relay to the recipient, or if it doesn't relate to anything at all, maybe you're just having a rant inside of your email, you want to make sure you exclude anything that they don't need to get the whole idea of your email, and add the things that they need to know in order to understand what it is that you're trying to tell them. Another thing about being clear in your emails is making sure that your content isn't all jumbled up. No one wants to open up a block of text this big and start reading it, and it feels extremely laborious to your reader. You want to make sure that you add short sentences, maybe one, no more than 2 to 3 sentences per paragraph. You also want to provide a ton of a value, okay? So this does not mean that you want to tell them how to do a certain thing step by step in detail, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 3A, step 3B. You want to make sure that you give them value without giving them way too much information or tutorials in an email. So one of the things you can do is just really tell people exactly the gold in your business. Like, what is it that really turned things around for you? You want to tell them what it is, but you don't want to tell them how to do it. Okay, so you can really create extremely valuable emails doing this, because you're at least giving them what it is that they have to do. In order for them to really see the how to, they want to probably buy your product so they can get the step-by-step things that you're talking about. But you can give effective, valuable emails just by doing this. You can also give valuable emails by tying your personal stories or your customer stories inside of the results or inside of the product. Like, how did this help you based on this story, or what was your aha moment based on your story. You actually can do a really good job by tapping into the emotions of your reader just by sharing a story, whether it's yours or a customer's, so that they can relate and then see, they can connect the dots and see how your product can best benefit them. You also want to use a conversational tone with your recipients. You want to make sure you're actually talking to them like they're having a cup of coffee across from you. If that fits your business, I do realize that may not fit some businesses, but ultimately you want to talk to them just like I'm talking to you across this video. You do not want to try to be perfect. You do not want to try to be grammarly perfect. You don't want to try to have the best grammar in the world. I mean, you don't really need to. Most people can relate to you just by having a conversation with you if they met you in a store, and it's no different than if they meet you over email. They want to know that they're talking to a real person and somebody that they can actually relate to, not a computer, not something that was ran through AI to fix all of the grammars and make it the perfect packaged email. They want to talk with you. A huge problem that people have within their emails is really talking about the features versus the benefits of their products or solutions that they're offering to their members. So one thing I could talk about is this lint roller here. I could talk about the features of this handle, how I can hold this handle. I have a nice grip. I could talk about the fact that it has this sticky paper here on this lint roller and you can roll it on your clothes. I could talk about how I can possibly hang it up on something using this hole, okay? I could talk about all of those features of this lint roller and no one would care. But what people really would care about, what I care about with this lint roller, is that it eliminates all this freaking dog fur that I have maybe on my clothes before I do my videos, because I have a ton of dogs. With my black pants, I have a ton of dog fur on it. With this lint roller, I can literally step outside feeling much better. I can throw one in my car. That way I can have it with me and I can lint roll my clothes whenever I feel the need if I have dog fur on me. Okay. So now I'm talking about the benefits. The benefits is getting the funky dog fur off of me. The next thing is your call to action. One thing I want to bring up is that you don't always have to have a salesy call to action. You can have a call to action to watch a video that you created. You can have a call to action to watch the lead magnet that you sent them. You can have the call to action to purchase the product. But whatever your call to action is, you want to make sure it's clear and concise. Now, I see a lot of people convolute their emails by putting all types of call to actions of, go to this link and watch this here, then go to this link and check out this video, and then go to this link if you want to buy. You can put those in there from time to time, but it can be a bit much if you have a lot of things for your viewer to do. Instead of giving multiple call to actions, I advise that you start off with giving one clear call to action and making sure they know exactly what it is that they need to do. Click here to purchase this product. Click here to get rid of the dog fur on your clothes, no matter where you are in the world. Click here to XYZ, whatever it is, you want to make sure it's clear. You can also put a benefit within it, just like I did with the roller, right? You can put the click here to get this benefit, which I think is more powerful than to just click here and watch this video type call to action. You want to make sure your CTA is clear and they know exactly what to do. With this next thing, it's probably going to be pretty easy for you to tap into. With technology now, it's easy to write an email, send it out, and it fits your mobile phone or it fits your viewer's mobile phone. But you want to make sure that whatever you send, it is mobile optimized. It's pretty simple to do that these days. And one of the tips I already gave you can help you regardless. If you just keep short sentences inside of your emails, it won't look like a whole bunch of content inside of your email. It will flow to where the person can scroll and read one small sentence at a time, maybe 2 and sometimes 3 sentences. But ultimately, I think you're going to be pretty safe. But when you review your information, just make sure it fits your mobile phone just fine. And hopefully you're using some tools that'll help do this for you. And the last thing is you want to be very consistent with your emails for a couple of reasons. Now, the first reason is because your prospects can expect your emails at a certain time. So they may be looking once a week at 11 o'clock on Friday that you're going to send all of these tips that you learned throughout the week and that you want to relate to them. Or they just know that you're going to send them daily emails if that fits your business. Another reason why you want to be consistent is because if you're not consistent, meaning you hardly ever email your list, a lot of times your viewers, your prospects, whoever is on your list, they're going to forget who you are, especially if they don't know you personally. And if they forget who you are, they'll end up getting upset because they think they never requested any information from you. They'll hit the spam box and then you'll never be able to email them again. Okay. So you want to be consistent for that reason as well. Now, I've just given you 9 amazing tips for writing good emails. But to be honest with you, a lot of times it takes more than just getting tips for writing great emails. When I first started off writing emails, I was probably horrible at doing it. It's because I didn't have tips and trainings like this that helped me along the way. I also started tapping into trainings for 6 and 7 figure earners to help me write better emails because of the knowledge I was learning with them, not just on the how to write emails, but also on the foundational setup of my email. I went from getting these crappy open rates to getting way higher open rates when writing my emails, having people reply back to me to tell me how great my emails are, and actually getting sales with my emails. If you're open to learning for a way that you can strengthen your email writing capabilities and actually tap into the hearts and minds of your viewers, definitely click on the link at the top of the description. And it's the same training that has helped me go from getting those crappy emails, the crappy open rates, to getting amazing open rates. So definitely click on that link if you're open to getting more training for your business, for your marketing efforts. And I hope that it will help you as much as it helped me over time. And thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.